Have y'all seen that thing on TikTok where there's like factory managers or owners that are exposing luxury brands of having their goods made in their factories and then sending it over to Italy to earn the Made in Italy stamp, faking high quality production? Well, I have a lot of thoughts about that, and let's get right into the video. Howdy, y'all. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and I absolutely love clothing and personal style. So if you're into that type of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram at where's_Galdo. So, where to begin? So to get you guys up to speed to where I'm at in terms of comprehending this whole situation on TikTok in the wake of the US imposing these insanely high tariffs on China and a lot of other countries, TikTok manufacturers, employees, managers, owners, I don't know what position they hold, but they've been coming out with TikToks claiming that luxury brands are employing them to create products, sending it out over to whatever country that they want to say that it's made from, and then finished production wherever. So basically, they're doing the bulk of the creation of the product, having it finished in, say, like Italy, and that earns them the Made in Italy stamp. Well, that is pretty disingenuous, in my opinion, and it really like shook up a lot of like people who were really interested in fashion, especially commercial luxury goods. Now, my initial reaction to this was very apathetic. I was like, you know what? I'm not surprised that these billion-dollar companies would keep profit in mind more so than the product that they produce, and they're gonna have this done. But thinking more about it, and as the more I like kind of sit on this idea, I'm like, that doesn't sound right at all. I mean, like, these TikToks that are coming out from these supposed factories, yeah, sure, in the background of the factories, it looks like they're making these, like, luxury goods, but it very well could just be a factory that are making fakes, and as a ploy to sell more fakes, they're saying, hey, we make these things just as good as the real companies, so you should just buy ours instead of the real companies. It is a marketing tactic in itself. And the biggest thing as to why I think this just is kind of ridiculous is that if these factories are working alongside, say, I don't know, big commercial luxury names, they would have to sign NDAs or something to make sure that this exact information doesn't get out into the public and make it legally like prohibiting to do so. So I have a hard time accepting that that's actually real. Well, regardless of whether or not those TikToks are real or not, this is the problem, the inherent problem that I find with being interested in commercial luxury goods. It's that the quality of things that most of them produce don't justify the prices that they are charging, and a lot of the value that they are kind of like preying upon their customers for is more so kind of social currency. Like when you buy something from, say, Louis Vuitton, these bags are not made with like a whole lot of leather, and that leather isn't the highest quality in the world, but these things are made with like coated canvas and a bunch of stuff that just aren't really all that synonymous with luxury if they didn't have the Louis Vuitton name on it. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, if you are a person who wants to go into a Louis Vuitton store or whatever like luxury store, buy whatever it is that they have, you get the recognizable or the social currency of like, obviously people know that that's a Louis Vuitton, Gucci, or whatever bag, and you're getting the design that they are making for the price that they're charging. You know it's like authentic from the store, but it's not always as high quality as a lot of people like to think. I mean, people who are not well versed in quality items, and I can't even say that I'm all that well versed in everything high quality, but for me, the social currency matters very little. So I don't think that what is given to you at these luxury stores justify the price tags that they are charging. Another issue that arises here is that everything that says made in China on it is synonymous with lower quality production or just lower quality control at the end of things. That isn't necessarily true. There are plenty of things that I own that I think are pretty high quality that are made in China. There are things that have been made there that are really, really nice. It isn't end-all be-all statement that it says made in China, so it's not made all that well. It depends on the product, it depends where it's made. It's very iffy to base your entire judgment of quality on where it's made. Now, one of the factors that attempts to justify these ridiculous tariffs that are being put on other countries bringing products into the United States is that they want to push for more production to happen within the United States. Well, there is one very glaring issue that has been attempted in the past and it really doesn't bode well for the future of what's going on here. 6 years ago, Bernard Arnault, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, I can't pronounce any French name for the life of me, but head of LVMH and Donald Trump himself cut the blue ribbon, opened up a Louis Vuitton factory in Texas. Well, ever since, that factory, which is supposed to be one that Louis Vuitton relies on to create product to be able to distribute among the people who want Louis Vuitton within the United States. It's a little loud out there. But that factory has had so many issues with not having enough skilled workers to be able to keep up with quality standards of Louis Vuitton and what they want to produce. And that is so ironic that so many people think that made in the United States is synonymous with higher quality because we can't even keep up with Louis Vuitton quality standards. And in my opinion, Louis Vuitton quality standards aren't that high. Now, I'm not trying to be the guy that goes, hey, I know better than you guys, so listen to me, but I take pride in how I spend my money, for sure. And there are certain companies that, through a little bit of research, you can find have a lot more hands-on approach in terms of production of their product. And so a couple of these brands, I think, are both within my taste and are a little bit more justified depending on the products that you buy from them. The first brand being a little bit of a hot take, because I know some people really don't like this brand at all, but Chrome Hearts. Chrome Hearts primarily produces its products, in its factory in LA. So that is going to be the primary hub for creating its items. Of course, yeah, they outsource some sort of other things. I know some glasses are made in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, or other products made elsewhere, but the primary hub for the production of Chrome Hearts is within Los Angeles. And that, I think, is great because now they keep a pretty high standard for their quality control. A lot of people debatably have said that, it's gone downhill over the years, and that's totally fine to say, sure, but Chrome Hearts has their factory here within the US. And part of the appeal for Chrome Hearts is its very distinct design language. The jewelry, I think, is most worth your time. If you're over at Chrome Hearts buying like a t-shirt that just has print on it and like no patches, just the Chrome Hearts logo, yeah, you're going to be spending a ton of money. I don't know what retail price for a regular Chrome Hearts t-shirt is, but if I had to guess, maybe $250 to $300. I think $450 for the long sleeve on like a regular blank tee. That's crazy. I wouldn't really want to do that unless it had like actual hardware, because oftentimes if they put like the zipper on a hoodie is actually Chrome Hearts zippers, and I think it's more justified when they include their silver into other regular everyday objects. Like Chrome Hearts, they charge exuberant, crazy high prices, but with having their production specifically within the US and being able to back their items even after purchasing. When I go to a Chrome Hearts store and like say I have like my Chrome Hearts necklace on or whatever, if it's looking a little tarnished, they'll polish it for you if you purchased it from a Chrome Hearts store. They're really they support the product after it's made it to the customer. I would say that their customer service is really good in comparison to most other companies. The next brand I want to talk about is actually Rick Owens. Rick Owens is not new to anybody. Rick Owens has been around for a long time, and he has set up his own factory in Concordia, Italy, where I know not every piece that he's made, it comes from that factory, but the fact that he wants so much control over the production and quality speaks for the brand. Yes, you're paying a premium, but with as much care and attention to detail goes into that brand, Rick Owens, I would say, is very worth the quality for the price. Another brand that I glaze all the time on this channel is Guidi. Guidi is a wonderful brand, pretty small scale in terms of production in comparison to commercial luxury brands, but Guidi's been making leather for like over 100 years now, and they've only been creating their own shoes since 2004, but ever since has been just a staple of quality. Some places will even like brag and put it in their marketing that certain things are made with Guidi leather. Guidi is that good where their name is synonymous with quality, and that I think is worth the price. Now, with all that being said, all that about quality and marketing and production and all these things, is my trust shaken in commercial luxury items? Not really, to be quite honest with you. I have never personally had a very high opinion on commercial luxury goods, and all of it, I, for the most part, in my opinion, don't choose to spend my money on those things, just because a really good portion of why these things cost as much as they do is mostly because of the social currency and the name and the associations with it. I choose to spend my money on very particular things, and I think you guys should too. I think you should take pride in the money that you spend. Not take pride. I don't think that's the right way to put it, but be very selective and very precise with what you spend your money on and what you put on your body, because that's ultimately how you present yourself outwardly to the world. The brands and messaging that is associated with the items that you put on your body and you outwardly present yourself are very important to me personally. And I think more people should take pride in how they spend their money and how they present themselves. That's very, very important to me. But yeah, does this whole TikTok fiasco mean anything to you guys? I'm very, very curious. Does it change your idea of certain brands? And do you guys believe that these are actually the factories that are coming out and saying these things are not as good quality as they say? It was never good quality, in my opinion. Sorry. It's a big thing for me to like not put certain brands on a pedestal just because they are bougie. But I will get off my soapbox. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate your guys' time, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.